All right, everybody, we're going to be watching this new MotoStars video that came out today. We're going to go over some crashes and close calls and a little doggo. And we're trying to figure out what happened, how it happened, so that we can avoid a lot of these issues utilizing the plan method. This is a method that I developed. It's based off the OODA loop. We're going to position for safety low. You guys can read that. The goal is we're trying to prevent this. So if you're a new rider, this is going to help you out when you're first time on the road. If you're an experienced rider, maybe it's a good refresher of what you need to be watching out for. But if you're brand new to everything, before we jump into it, we have the new Smart Rider games available. This is just like the drill booklet. It has a game system, some rules and everything like that, what kind of gear to have, how to set up the course itself, and a bunch of different drills. And the cool thing is, it's a digital download. There's also going to be a physical booklet that's coming out about March 15th. Is that if you click the QR code or scan it on the physical booklet, it will take you to the actual video so that you can actually see everything and try to beat my time. So it's really cool. Make sure you guys check it out, but we're going to jump into this video right here.
You can make it. Today I've got another intense video for you.
Check it out, links in the description, 15% off using the discount code GAMETIME.
Then ride safe.
It's linked in the description. So let's go ahead and do that. Speed. He's got a little death wobble. Okay, nice little quad lock. I like the color of his bike. So how did that happen? So a little death wobble. What a death wobble is basically the handlebars are doing this, and it's gonna be scary because the tire is doing this too, and you don't want that. You only have one tire. But why is it doing this? Because the suspension is doing this. How does that happen? Usually when people land really hard from a wheelie or they hit a bump in the road, poor maintenance on the suspension, something. Tire pressure could be low, or you hit something that comes out, and if your handlebars are a little bit turned and it hits, it's going to do this. Hopefully it will stabilize, but sometimes it doesn't. So you hit that thing right there, it's going to cause this. So what you can do is you can roll off the throttle. Some people say speed up so it lifts the front end a little bit more, but you're just trying your best to hold on for dear life. Grip the tank with your knees, and if you do crash, that's the whole point of being a smart rider, is acquiring and using protective equipment just in case something happens. This is a very scary situation, something you don't have a lot of control over. Your goal is to avoid bumps, potholes, road debris, all that other stuff, but he couldn't have avoided that one. So the little laughter at the end is going to be, it's like, yeah, I could check my pants, but thankfully nothing bad happened. No! All right, so we're riding in the twisties with our buddies. Let's see what happens. Cadillac almost crashes into Supermotos. Great bikes for the Smart Rider games, by the way. Good job with the head, like head movement. So a little bit scary. I was pointing out this, like his head movement. He's looking through the turn. Very good. I really like that. So these guys have some skill. Now we're coming around corners. This is going to be an orange stage situation. If you know what we're talking about here, it's the MTC awareness stages. Orange stage is when you're kind of on hyper alert on hazardous situations, corners, intersections, lots of people kind of running around. Maybe you're in a blind spot. You're in orange stage. So he's kind of hyper aware. All these people are hyper aware. Blind corner, sees the Cadillac right at the top, straightens it up. Very good. So we switched into a red stage where we have to do something. Now, this is part of planning. You notice how red is the navigate active threats. That's an active threat. It was, we're in a locating hazardous or assessing. Yeah, that's something. We have to navigate into a new position for safety. So they're navigating into a new position for safety. This comes naturally with the more experience that you have. But as a beginner rider or as somebody that's not really paying attention too much, you almost have to think. You have to tell yourself, okay, straighten up the bike, swerve, and then I have to go ahead and swerve back into my lane so I don't crash into the corner. So sometimes you have to tell yourself these things, and that's why I developed the plan method, is because you're constantly telling yourself these things until it becomes natural. The whole Fitz-Posner model of learning is the prefrontal cortex. So you have to think, then you have to practice, and then it becomes autonomous or automaticity, where it's that muscle memory. So you have to go through those steps when it comes to learning. And these guys naturally have done it. So this was natural to them, very quick, handled it really well. Some people would panic. They didn't panic. They knew they had to swerve, and then they had to get back in their lane. So very good on them. Stretch Busa had a front brake completely lock up. That caused the bike to do an instant front flip. Uh-oh. Not good. So I like to ride in the back with my trauma kit. We still have a few rescue packs still in the store. Once they're out, they're out. So the guy dumped the bike. We landed a bike. Multiple people crash. So part of rescue is remain calm, ensure your own safety, and stopping major bleeds. So when we see this right here, oh crap, we have to remain calm and ensure our own safety. This is going to be a hazardous situation. These are relevant threats. we have to navigate this active one. So we're going to go ahead and swerve off to the side as best we can to avoid. And yeah, he swerved a little bit hard. So now we're in the grass, but let's not panic. Let's remain calm, because if we crash, we're part of the incident. So try our best, doing very good, handling it. Multiple levers for all the different braking. It's basically like a lever for, so he's got a clutch lever. I'm assuming, right? I'm not a stunter, but on the left-hand side, he has the clutch lever, and then he has a rear brake for the lever. So when he's doing stunts, he can actually doing rear brake and front brake. So we have this crash though. So it looks like one right here, one walking, one on the ground. So that's 3 patients, okay? So what we want to do here is, like I said, ensure on safety, remain calm. But one of the big hazardous areas hazardous things that are happening here is the traffic. So we want to see if we can grab somebody to go farther down the roadway to start waving people to slow it down, okay? We want that because we don't want anybody getting hit by another car. If they are able to walk, get them off to the side on the shoulder. That'd be best. Stop any major bleeds. The guy's running. Can't really see him right there, but he's running, so he seems to be doing okay. Hopefully his blood pressure stabilizes, because he's going to be amped up. Doesn't look like his legs are broken or anything like that. We don't know anything about this guy and the other guy that we just passed, the other person that just passed. But if they do have any major bleeds, you're going to want to do direct pressure. So when I say direct pressure, it's not just like you're putting your hand there. Let's say they're bleeding on the shoulder. They're bleeding pretty hard. You don't just put your hand there. You push down hard. You push hard and you keep it there for about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't let go to double check. You just keep it there. You can do a tourniquet if they're bleeding out of their arms. You can do a hasty tourniquet high and tight. And if you know how to pack the wound, please pack the wound if you can. Take a stop to bleed class. It's very important. You're going to learn a lot hands-on. But terrible situation. Terrible situation. All right, here we go. Hey, look at that. How is that bike going faster than us? That's, ooh. So what do you think happened here? So that front tire just kind of locked up, right? Or just fell over? I just kind of gave you the answer there. Front tire kind of locked up a little bit, lost traction. Really, at the end of the day, it lost traction. Why did it lose traction? We can either apply way too much front brake and lock up the front tire, or we hit like an oil slick and it just kind of fell over. So it could be a road surface hazard, or our input could have caused the problem. But I want you to see what it looks like when we do crash. Let's say that front end crashes. This is what it looks like when people say they have to layer down to avoid something. So our left leg is going to grab. This is why I tell you not to Flintstone. This is a natural thing that happens. This is why I wear motorcycle boots that have ankle protection, and the rigidity really helps, because once you do this, it's going to grab and it's going to yank your ankle back, and it's going to twist it so much that it's probably going to break. So this is why you want to have good ankle protection. So there's that. And then there's the left knee. This is why you wear motorcycle pants, because you have that knee armor. Let's keep going. And then there's the left shoulder, left elbow. In a jacket, motorcycle jacket, you have armor there, and then you have abrasion resistance too. He also hit the side of his head pretty hard. It might not seem like it, but I know you right now. Maybe some of you, I don't know. Some of you don't want to be standing up and falling down and hitting the side of the head. You're going to put your hands out, but imagine if you just stood up and fell over, didn't catch yourself, and either face planted or hit the back of your head or the side of your head. You're not going to want to do that because you know it's going to hurt. So that's kind of what's happening here, is that he's fallen from a standing position, hitting the ground hard. You want to have a helmet. So this is why you have a full face helmet, because you never know if you're going to hit the front either. So it's going to be rotating. Road rash now on the buttocks, not good. Back of the head hits the ground. Now we're back sliding. This is why we have back protector. And we're going to be sliding pretty hard. You see how it's like all over the body? This is why we have motorcycle gear, because it's going to absorb a lot of the possible abrasions. And so he must have been going so fast that even his bike was sliding faster than the guy in front of him. So there's a loss of traction issue, not good, but we do need a thumbnail, so we're going to do this. We need a thumbnail. We need a thumbnail. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes.